Sup guys, Easy here from Cool Watches Only, and today we are reviewing a tank of a watch from Addiesdive, and this thing has some aces up its sleeve stolen from another one, but we can still enjoy it for cheap. It even has some features only present in way more expensive watches. This is the Addiesdive AD2526, but I'm calling it the Fire Puck. If that name doesn't already tell you something, stick around, you'll see why.
Fireball.
Alright guys, this one's going to be a quick video, but don't worry. You can pause anytime if you want a closer look at the details. Now, the sale this month isn't sticking around for long. It usually runs until near the end of the month, but if you're even thinking about grabbing one, don't sleep on it, because honestly, the value here is ridiculous. It comes protected in this plastic, inside the usual Pelican style box. There's an empty warranty card, Paddy style, all as usual. You also get the usual manual booklet and a tool, all classic Addiesdive. Let's get the plastics off real quick. The case measures 46 millimeters across, and on the bracelet, it comes in at just over 200 grams, a serious chunk of steel. Now, if you like the watch, but the orange and red combo feels a bit too loud, I get it. It's bold, I love it, but it definitely makes a statement. The good news is there are plenty of other versions. This one comes in orange and blue. There's a clean, flat black model, and a few blue and green ones with more subtle textures if you want something a bit calmer. I'll drop links to all of them. Now yes, it's a big watch, but here's the trick. The internal lug-to-lug is only 40 millimeters, and that makes all the difference. The bracelet sits at 22 millimeters with no taper, giving it that tough, tooly look, but on the wrist, it feels surprisingly compact. That short internal lug distance really helps it hug the wrist, so while it looks like a beast, it actually wears like a charm. Alright, let's focus on the dial. What I initially thought was some generic metal with a stamped texture a la Watchdive's 05 painted or something like that, but no, in person it turned out not plasticky at all. This looks premium. It's like ceramic or enamel or something similar, the kind of finish you usually find on more expensive watches. Depending on the light, it shifts from more saturated red to more metallic golden tones, showing rich shades of red and orange. It's got this fire-like look. Well, or maybe like a mango or a rosa-cola. I'd love to have the blue version too, probably will grab it later on for a side-by-side. The embossed pattern is really nice, kind of like cartography lines or something like that. There's a black centered date at 6, and the whole dial is super glossy. I love it. We're talking about a serious tool watch here. A full-on 1,000 meter saturation diver, that's like a full kilometer. 3,200 feet, yeah. It's built entirely from solid stainless steel and even features a functional helium escape valve, so this isn't just for show. The whole construction feels rugged and confidence-inspiring, like it could take anything you throw at it. The crown is a solid 7.5 millimeters signed and screw down, giving it that proper dive-ready feel. And when you take that into account, the thickness, just over 14 millimeters, suddenly doesn't feel chunky at all. It's actually impressive for a watch that can handle that kind of pressure. Protecting everything up top is a sapphire crystal clear and tough as nails, completing the whole professional diver vibe. Talking about the glass, let me give you a trick to check if any glass is real sapphire without a tester. Diamond testers don't actually test for hardness, they measure temperature conductivity. If you want to test your watch glass without scratching it with a knife, you can drop some ice on it. If it's mineral glass, it shouldn't melt the ice as fast because mineral glass has much lower temperature conductivity than sapphire. Way lower. You should even be able to feel the difference by touch. Even at the same room temperature, touching sapphire should feel colder than the stainless steel of the watch, and certainly way colder than touching a mineral crystal, no matter if it's Seiko or another formula. The difference is huge. This thing is an absolute tank. When they wrap it in plastic, it's not to protect the watch, but to protect the rest of the cargo from it. Facts. Yeah, jokes aside, the build gives off full confidence. It's got full weather protection, everything is solid and ready for action. Now let's move on to one of my favorite parts, the LUME. Alright guys, this is Addiesdive back at their best. The no compromise, full power LUME we all love. To be fair, Addiesdive usually nails their LUME, but the last couple of watches were green and one even had printed LUME, still fine. But this is the stuff I've been missing. That bright, icy blue glow that just doesn't quit. Call it Swiss BGW9 or Super Vita Nova, whatever. All I know is it's insanely bright. I haven't seen LUME like this from them since their 2086 model, and man, it's good to have it back. For around 100 bucks, even before discounts, this thing glows all night long. It's blue, it's bold, and I absolutely love it. Not much more to say, it just nails it. Okay, let's touch on the design. This is what is known, or at least what I like to call, a second generation homage. An homage of another homage. The original design was the Seiko Tuna con, then Halios came along and did the heavy lifting. And to be fair, props to Halios. Personally, I like this more than the Tuna can. The only thing with those is they're sold out everywhere and super expensive if you can even find one. Then it comes the Addies for about $100. If you like this look, it's a pretty good option without headaches. Or, I don't know, you can take a bunch of money and go hunt down a Halios if you really want the original and think they deserve it. Yeah, honestly, it's super hard to beat Seiko at a Seiko design. Props again. So okay, wearability. It's big and heavy, but it wears surprisingly small. I have 43mm watches that wear way bigger than this one. And since the bracelet is 22mm without tapering, it's not too top heavy either. It doesn't look that tall on the wrist. I guess it's a proportions thing. I think it's super proportional and well planted. I like that too. Let's check out bezel action. And guys, bezel insert is ceramic, tough and super glossy. It's dirty as I've been using it constantly. 120 clicks. The alignment is spot on. There are way more expensive Seiko watches way off the alignment of this thing. Let's talk movement real quick. This has the upgraded Miyota 8215. Guys, other than the bi-directional winding, this has nothing to lose over an NH35. And even then, on thinner watches, you might feel or hear the rotor spinning, but on this thick case, you won't notice a thing. That spinning rotor is a characteristic of all Miyotas, I think, or even the premiums. It's something the good old NH35 have over them. I think here is not a factor. This one is 7 seconds fast a day, which is okay. Not the best, not the worst. Plenty precision for me. All right. A few quick words on the bracelet and straps before we get into the cons. The bracelet here is 22mm, not 20, and honestly, I think that's the right call. Keeps the watch balanced and matches the whole chunky design perfectly. The only downside is, yeah, I don't have any straps that fit it. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's talk about the cons. At ease, ma man, this clasp is subpar. What are you doing? You've got a 10 watch, a 10 bracelet, a 10 price. But this clasp, this brings me back again to the AD2026, where it was definitely 2 steps above previous Addies, but the same clasp. I know, no big deal. It's not even that bad, and you can change it if you want. I just don't have any 22mm clasp here to do it real quick, but if you buy this one, I'd suggest adding a good milled clasp to your cart too. I did a mini tutorial on how to install the thing. We'll link the video, but long story short, it's super easy. So no, yeah, it's bold, it's big, it's capable, it's fun, and honestly, it's iconic. I totally recommend this one. I'll leave links down below to all the different versions and to the clasps as well. That's it. I'm out.